dollar project that was
certainly he's a Ducati stalwart in WorldSBK, and it's a shame if this racing out on the track, the 3 Asia Talent Cup races, Super Sports being able to throw up.
Look forward to Bautista back on a Ducati. We could really have 3 riders at the front in challenging
championships. Toprak's been able to do that by not putting a foot wrong all the way through this season. He's been super return to Istanbul. It really would be something to crown off Toprak winning this. Sam Lowe's in that class.
And the usual hijinks in pit lane. First notification.
The coastline, and chatting to Jonathan Ray about it, I said, you know, it's just like being at the Northwest 200. Would he go and race somewhere else? Would he race in endurance? Would he race in supermoto bike and trying to go out there and just get that perfect lap? And I think
more time to dedicate to that. He did intimate that he would be interested in future potential
intermediate rear, something like that, and it didn't quite work out for him. And from that point on,
just the injury worries for him as well. But certainly already potholed, and we've already had a few dramas in that sense as well. But
fast American. Garrett Gerloff is a very fast American. You want to see him able to get good results.
The photo as well for BMW makes his farewell to the manufacturer. Leon Haslam over at Honda that signed up to a project thinking eventually
after winning 8 Moto2 races. And then obviously in yesterday's Super Pole session able to come away with a top 10 finish, and he did
able to work his way through up into 6th position. I'm sure that had we had rain, then
his race to lose from the outset, and he was making sure that he was able to get out there.
Went down to the final race. Was that a last race decider then? 2021. Where does he go from here? I think the straightforward career path is mixed levels of detail from the GP paddock, but Alvaro Bautista just counting up to 37 situation, but does look fairly straightforward, doesn't it, at the moment? There's been no sign like it appeared at times.
Yeah, and that was one of the big things that defined the season. Those crashes from Canepa's a person not to be underestimated in the importance that he's had within Yamaha, between the kind of consistency and comfort that we saw from Ray at different times in the past, where he was switching from the Yamaha squad last year.
Certainly secondary to the riders were 574 points, Ducati 558 points, Kawasaki 520.
All of the different riders and those manufacturers through the course this year, but on the balance.
And at the moment, the water is coming up to your ankles.
Yeah, and that gives you the perfect illustration. Yourself cooled off at this stage for some of the super sport riders.
Well, races tomorrow, which narrows the window to make up a points margin.
Yeah, it's quite similar to what this man, Michael van der Mark, was able to pick up a wet weather victory in Portimao, and certainly for van der
being injured, and then when Jonathan Ray had incidents, there was no one there to sort of pick up. But this looks to me like a mere formality. I cannot see a swimming pool, but we're getting closer and closer. You saw just from the Marshal there
how wet it is out there, and we saw when the safety car was doing its lap, just
gives it away if nothing else. And he and Dominic Egerton before him, Ducati riders, and former teammates as well, Scott Redding and Chaz Davies.
Tires to get to the grid, and that definitely would have been hairy.
Wet weather expert Tati Mercado. There you go. There's a rider who'd fancy going out.
Yeah, I think, and conditions were on the limit, but here today it's pretty clear.
Further news at the moment. Still discussions ongoing behind the scenes as to what might
to the grid.
Well, if Tati Mercado dropped that rubber duck on the start-finish,
that must be of the duck at this stage making its way down pit lane.
I really hope it is.
So that is the challenge, and you can see there for John.
This weekend, the season finale, and of course also the manufacturer, everything else as well as one another over the course of 2021. But it doesn't look known, but certainly on the evidence of what we're seeing at present, it could well be a goodbye for now.
Yeah,
the conditions would improve, and that the track, given the temperatures here,
the riders, you can see they're in no rush to be out on track. They know exactly what the conditions at the top of the hour.
Fun and frolics has been the story of this afternoon. Indonesian round. But we'll have
just need to try and keep themselves calm at this stage and just see what happens.
Ever Superbike World Championship race around this planned race 1 from the 2021 when we can finally get underway.